Thor Ragnarok is directed by Taika Waititi and stars Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Kate Blanchett, Idris Elba, Jeff Goldblum, Tessa Thompson, Carl Urban, Mark Ruffalo, and Anthony Hopkins. Man, the MCU needs to stop hiring a lot of actors. I'm tired of saying all the people who star in these movies. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying to constantly list people who star in these movies. This is a flat-out comedy, which at first seems like a big tonal shift from the other two Thor movies. Because, I mean, they had comedy in it, but they've never had this much comedy in it. But really, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, just think about all MCU movies. They've all had big tonal shifts. This isn't anything new. So, for people saying, oh, it just comes out of nowhere, I really don't feel like that. This movie is funny. It's really funny. Taika Waititi is a talented director who knows how to do humor. He's also really well known for the very funny vampire movie, What We Do in the Shadows. So if you've seen that movie and you really enjoyed it, thought it was funny, then chances are you really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. Everyone has a great performance in this movie. Like, everyone feels like they're putting their effort into it. They're putting all their effort into it, and you can tell why. They're having a blast doing this movie. That you can see they're all having fun delivering these lines, all having fun being these characters, which is something I really like. Taika Waititi obviously loves making movies, and that helps sets. If you get a director who loves doing what he does and loves making the film that he's making and feels passionate about this, then your set is way better. And the movie improves just the actor's attitude. Which was one of the problems with The Dark World. A lot of the actors just weren't into this movie, weren't into The Dark World, and that's why a lot of it was just because the actors weren't into it. And this is what elevates the movies, is the actors enjoying in this. Kate Blanchett is another great villain. The MCU is finally learning their lesson. They're finally giving us some really, really good villains. And Kate Blanchett doesn't even have a reason to be a villain. It's like her father forced her away, kept her in prison, and then told lies about Asgard's history, so she kind of is resentful of that, but she's just evil for being evil, and she's still a really good and will probably be iconic villain. Like, this is one of the more popular villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and she's just evil for evil's sake. So Marvel's finally learned how to characterize and make good villains. Now, for comedy. This is a funny movie, like I said, but with the problem of Guardians 2, almost a little too funny, where there's supposed to be dramatic moments. This is Ragnarok. If you do not know what Ragnarok is, that is the end of days. This should be dramatic. And Taika Waititi definitely puts in a little too much. There's some dramatic moment. There's a dramatic moment here or there, but for the most part, it's all just comedic. And that's fine, but I would like there to be, this is Ragnarok, we need to have a moment like, holy crap, Thor's world is being destroyed. But we never really get that moment. We get it in Infinity War, but we never get it in this movie, and it's sort of disappointing. But other than that, really great. Taika Waititi has a small role in the movie, actually. He plays Korg, the rock monster. Holy crap. Korg is hilarious. Everyone is hilarious in the movie. They're all giving their best effort. The action is incredible. The Coliseum scene where Thor fights Hulk is easily one of the best MCU fights of all time. And when I said there's some actually emotional parts, there is. And there's also consequences. Asgard is destroyed, people. Thor loses an eye, which is part of the reason why I don't like one part in Infinity War. Is where Rocket gives him an eye. It's like, oh, I kind of enjoyed Thor losing the eye because it, like I said, gave consequences. I mean, Thor had to fought for Asgard, fought his sister, and he lost an eye in the effort and his home. And now he kind of feels like all that sacrifice was for nothing when Rocket's just like, oh, here, I stole an eyeball from a guy. There you go. You probably got a disease because you didn't wash it. So but I do like that they, had the balls to destroy Ragnarok and to make him lose his eye. And Thor Mjolnir is destroyed, which I was glad because I always knew. That's what I was saying the whole time with comics and stuff. Thor is not the god of hammers, which Odin says in the movie. And it feels like finally the MCU is realizing this, that you're not the god of hammers. You're the god of lightning and thunder. Use that. And Taika Waititi realizes that all his power is coming from the hammer, and that doesn't make a lot of sense because the hammer is just a weapon. It's not his power. So we finally get to see Thor use his power, and it's awesome. It's really awesome to watch. There's another really cool bridge scene on the Rainbow Bridge where everyone, like Hulk is fighting Fenris Wolf, Valkyrie, Loki, and Thor are all fighting the undead army and Hela on the bridge. Surtur, played by Clancy E. Brown, Mr. Krabs, coming in, stabbing his fiery sword straight through Asgard. It's awesome. All these moments are super awesome. And they use Immigrant Song, which was in the trailers, and I don't like it when movies use songs in trailers but don't use it in the movie. That always kind of bugs me. But they use Immigrant Song in the movie twice. They use it twice, and both of them are really awesome scenes, and I really, really like it. Thor Ragnarok is a fun movie that if you have not watched, you are definitely missing out. I'm going to give Thor Ragnarok a 93 Asgards out of 100. Have you seen Thor Ragnarok? What did you think of it? Do you want more Thor type stuff with Taika Waititi as a director? I do, and I hope we get more Thor stuff with Taika Waititi. He's very talented, and I really love the direction he took this movie in. That's Thor Ragnarok. This is Jordan from Jordan Reviews, signing off.